Hey crew, happy Monday. We've got an awesome workout for you Monday. It's a version of our benchmark workout 24. So 24 is an every minute on the minute workout. There's going to be 3 stations and your goal is to complete the required work before that minute is up and use whatever remaining time left in that minute is to recover and rotate or move on to that next movement, okay? So this is meant to be pretty tough because at the start of it, you all start with a score of 24, and if in any 1 minute, right, you aren't able to complete the required work within that time, you subtract 1 for your score. Okay, so it's going to look like, wow, I might be able to do that for just a few rounds, but can't hold on to it. Don't scale back. Just suffer through it, take the breaks when you need, and have fun. Blah, blah, blah. What is it? 24 is every minute on the minute. Station 1, you're doing 15 burpees. Station 2, you have 50 double unders. And then station 3 is 12 weighted lunges. Okay, so in station 1, 3, 2, 1, go, 15 burpees within a minute. That's pretty tight. But if you can get it done in that like 45-second range, try and hang on to it. Station 2, 50 double unders. This is something, again, you want to be proficient at double unders. Like I'm expecting people to get done in 30 to 40, 45 seconds in the late end. And able to recover and move on. And then station 3, we have 12 weighted lunges. So this is going to be, if you have a barbell at home, man, put like 115/75 is the weight that I would program for this on a back rack lunge. If we did farmer carry lunges, you'd be hanging on to 53s for the guys, 35 for the gals. So 12 lunges should be challenging for you. You can make it challenging a few different ways of the at-home version. And one of the ways is if you take a couch cushion and actually do a reverse lunge where you don't need to worry about any weight, but having your front leg on that couch cushion and stepping back, that imbalance that the cushion creates and the deficit you have to touch your knee to creates an added challenge, right? So you could do 6 on the left, 6 on the right that way. If you don't have a lot of heavy weight, but you do have a lighter kettlebell, then hold it overhead as you're doing your 12 reps to make it a little more challenging, or hold that weight at your chest to make it a little more challenging as well. We can always also do step-ups. If you just don't have any weight at all, then you can do 45 seconds of as many lunges as you can and a 15-second recovery, and just after your first round, whatever that number is, try and repeat that every time, right? So this is a great workout. It's a great at-home one. When we do it at the gym, usually we're sled or rowing too. And so it's conditioning. This is 24 minutes of conditioning where I expect to be pushing the pace for 45 seconds and having about 15 seconds to recover. And so that's how we're going to scale it today, right? If 15 burpees in a minute, you're like, no way, dude, I can't do that. Then what you're going to do is round 1, you're just going to do 45 seconds of burpees. And right at that 45-second mark, if you get 7, then try and hang on to 7 for the rest of the workout, right? You're going to get about 8 rounds of those burpees if you're doing 3 stations for 24 minutes. So have at it. For double unders, we can jump rope. And again, this one, I really am just trying to get your heart rate up so we can also get our hands down on the ground and do some mountain climbers, right? For mountain climbers, I would keep my shoulders right over top of my hands, and you're just alternating feet back and forth to whatever range of motion you can to get your heart rate up for that double under. Or you can do single unders, which is just a single jump if you don't have your doubles. For our lunges, I know in level 1, I mentioned you can scale by hanging on to a countertop, right? And doing a reverse lunge where we step back, alternating feet, getting through all 12. That's a great way to get your assisted lunges done. And again, for level 1, just working for that 45 seconds. Your heart rate should be up. If in round 4 on the burpees, you're like, there's no way I can do this. What am I thinking? I've bitten off more than I can chew. Then you're right where you need to be, right? This is a mental challenge. So breathe and fight through it. Just take it 1 round at a time. And then something happens once you make it through that 5th round and you've only got 3 to go, right? You're right at the 15 or 16 minute mark. You've got 3 more rounds of each station. Those 3 rounds are where you get the strongest. That's what I would be yelling at you right at that moment in class, that these are the rounds that count the most. It's not 1, 2, and 3 that are super easy, but it's those tough transitioning rounds where you tell yourself, even though it's hard, even though it seems insurmountable, you believe in yourself, and you can get some work done. So for 24 minutes, just push yourself, okay? Let's have some hard work. To warm up for this is one where I would roll out my feet with a tennis ball. So standing on top of a tennis ball, loosen up your feet for a few minutes, roll out your calves, right? I would do couch stretch because your hips are going to be working by jumping up off the ground during those burpees, jumping on the jump rope, doing the double unders, right? And then those lunges too. Your legs are just going to be experiencing the work. So make sure that you get a good warm up that makes your hips feel good, okay? If you've been sitting a lot, if you've been working at a desk a lot from home, do couch stretch, do things that loosen you up. Make sure that you spend some time before you do this workout where you interlace your fingers behind your hands and pull those shoulders back. Pull your ear to each shoulder just to loosen your chest up. We get really strong here, get a little too much forward, and that's going to mess you up in these workouts. So we need to spend some time to loosen up, okay? So for your warm-up, after you stretch and loosen up your hips and roll out a little bit, because it's a high-intensity workout, right? Then we want to get a warm-up where you're doing some lunges, right? So maybe spend 3 rounds where you do just 10 walking lunges, maybe barefoot in the grass. I've mentioned that in the past few videos. It's a really great awakener for your muscles and good for your joints and balance overall. And then jump rope for 45 seconds, right? Or do some mountain climbers for like 20 seconds, something like that, to make sure you're warming up that dynamic effort after your lunges. And then 3 inchworms, do some push-ups. You've got burpees ahead, so make sure your shoulders are loose. I love as well in my warm-ups, I always hit Supermans. I always take my band and pull apart to warm my back up. It just helps my shoulders feel really good, so incorporate some of those as well. But 24, let's see you record your scores into Wattify so we can still see our progress on these benchmarks at home. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. I miss you all. Take care.